Alrighty, so today what we're going to be looking at is similar triangle application problems, and that's going to be word problems. And the purpose of this video is it's not really like a notes video, it's just to show you a general idea of what you need to do for each problem because they all have a similar setup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work two of these out for you, and that will be your guide to complete the rest of them, okay? So, and as I do this, I'm going to be explaining what you need to be doing, making notes and all that stuff. So, okay, anyway, just follow along. So, for most of these, it will be helpful to draw a picture, okay? So let's read what it says. A tree 24 feet tall casts a shadow 12 feet long. Brad is 6 feet tall. How long is Brad's shadow? Draw a diagram and solve. And so generally when it's a shadow problem, which a lot of these are shadow problems, you want to draw like right triangles. So make like a smaller one and then a bigger one. It don't have to be exact. Just get the general idea. All right. So obviously based on the lengths, Brad is 6 feet tall. So this is going to be Brad over here. This is the tree. So we have to remember how shadows work. When you see your shadow, it's on the ground. So anytime you do a shadow problem, it's going to be the bottom of the triangle and then the height goes on the side. Okay. So it says a tree 24 feet tall, so my 24 goes here, casts a shadow that's 12 feet long. So shadows are always on the ground. Now, yes, I know my lengths don't look correct, but it doesn't matter. We're just doing it to help us visualize what's going on. And then Brad is 6 feet tall, so 6 goes here. How long is his shadow? So that will be where X goes. Okay, so that would be your first goal is to get a picture drawn and set up so that you can set up the proportion to solve the problem. Okay, and then now this reverts to what we've been doing for the last couple of days. Fraction equal fraction. And we'll match up sides. So 6 is, so follow the pattern. 24 is bigger than 12. And so 6 should be bigger than X. So that means that 6 and 24 go together. So I'm going to just choose to write it like that. But you could have done 24 over 6 if you wanted to. Doesn't matter. And now because I started with 6, I have to start from the same triangle on top. So that will have to be X and then over 12. And then we cross multiply to solve. X times 24. 24x equals 6 times 12, 72. And then we'll divide by 24. X should equal 3. Yeah, X equals 3. Okay. So I'm going to do, there's 5 on the front, 5 on the back. As I stated, you don't have to do number 8. So there's really only 9 problems to do. Actually, 7 because I'm doing 2 of them for you. Let's do number 6. Okay. Because it's more of a abstract, like actual geometry problem, not so much real world. So triangles IJK and TUV are similar. So you don't have to do this, but I'm doing it for myself. IJK is similar to TUV. The length of IJK, its side lengths 40, 50, 24. And the length of the longest side of TUV is 275. So make sure you make that note. This is the long. What is the perimeter of TUV? So this is a multi-step problem. You first need to use proportions to find all the other two sides for TUV. And then if we remember what perimeter is the distance all the way around a figure. So once you get all three lengths, we have to add them up to get perimeter. So we will have two fraction equal fraction problems we have to solve. So I'm going to get those ready. Now we have to have a starting place. So we know that 275 is the longest side in TUV, so who's it going to match up with in IJK? Well, it needs to be the longest one, so between these three, it's 50. So 50 and 275 are matched up with each other. Okay, and I just chose to write 50 over 275. That was my choice. You could have done 275 over 50. And if you choose to do that, your work will look a little different, but you should get the same answer. Now, because I started with 50, I have to start over here again. And let's just start, I just picked 40 to start with. So 40 would be the medium. So I'm finding the medium side of TUV in this proportion. Cross multiply 50 times x equals 275 times 40, which is 11,000, and then divide by 50. So x is 220. So we'll keep that there. Now we have to do another one, and it's actually going to start out with this same proportion. You always want to start with one that they give you. I'll keep this the same. Like always start out with the pair they gave you, 50 over 275. Now I need to use the 24 and then find another. I mean, I don't call it x again, but you can call it another variable if you want to. Find the shortest side. So cross multiply 50x equals 275 times 24 is 6,600. Divide 50. And then it's 132. So we have a side of 220 and a side of 132, along with the 275. And then perimeter. So first, let me back up. We used proportions to find the two missing sides that we needed. Now the question is, what is perimeter of TUV? So now we have to add all of these side lengths up. So 132 plus 220 plus 275 equals 627. That's your perimeter. All right. So I'm going to leave the rest for you to do because I think you can handle them. Make sure you watch this video so that you understand the process. You either draw a picture. You could draw a picture for this one too. I just chose not to. Draw your picture, get an idea of what the problem looks like, label everything correctly, and then set up your proportions and solve. As always, if you need help, let me know.